So happy Aniridia Day for you, for all of you. I'm going to talk about why the need to develop patient organizations under umbrella organizations such as Aniridia Europe. First of all, let me introduce me shortly. I have Aniridia and I have more or less the same problems as you. I didn't have any relatives with Aniridia. I didn't know anybody with Aniridia. I felt isolated and misunderstood at school, at work, and I had a lot of questions and no answers. For example, how my sight will be in the future, why the lenses did not improve my sight, will it be inherited, or where are the specialists? All these questions, neither doctors nor anybody else could answer me these questions. And then, looking for answers, I was determined to find some of the answers, and then I tried to find people with Aniridia. Then it was the Spanish organization for blind people that helped me to find people with Aniridia, and then I founded the Spanish Association of Aniridia. But in the meantime, the other associations, more associations in Europe were mature enough. I joined and participated in the Rare Disease Alliance in Spain and in Rare Disorder, Rare Disease Europe in their boards. Just try to advocate for our rights. What is really true is that individual needs are not listened, are not important. Group needs care, both for doctors and for policymakers, which are at the end votes for them. Then, why to get involved in umbrella associations? I already said something, but just find people with Aniridia, have a stronger voice, have raise awareness in their awareness campaigns. You can they can give you voice, and also, as I said, advocate for the common things. For example, issues for example with rare disorders, that of lack of information we have in common, no? Lack of information, lack of research specialists, and with our organizations, the social inclusion, school inclusion, and treatment. So we have to work at local, national, and European, and even international level. Then why the need of our national Aniridia association? If you have an Aniridia association, you could get suitable and better support for you and those with similar situations, because healthcare and social services are different in every country. Healthcare and social services are of national competence. Then how to provide care, coverage, and reimbursement are different in every country, as well as social services, school and social and working inclusion. Then if you want to support people and get support yourself, you have to know well the regulations in your country. For example, regarding care, visiting doctors in your own country is costless and easier than if you have to go to another country. So it is recommended to find doctors with expertise in Aniridia in your country. This is where people go generally to receive care. And then try to refer people to these doctors, so to gather expertise on national level. If this is not possible, so find out an expert, a specialist in another country, and go and refer people there. As for research, a group is attractive for research. Not one person is not, one individual is not. Research needs a minimum number of patients to have reliable outcome, accurate outcome. Then we have to cover as many patients as possible to join forces at national, European, and international level. And this can only be done first at national level and then bring them together at European and international level. What can you get of an association? Mutual support, the chance to meet others in similar situations with similar problems. You can also break this isolation. You can get psychological support. If you become part of a group, you are understood. You can get accessible information and empowerment. With more knowledge, more information, you have more skills to manage their disease. Now, it is true that with the social media, with Facebook and WhatsApp, you can get this mutual support. But it is also true that official associations registered at national level are more respected and listened by policymakers and professional local authorities. Why? Because it has internal statutes or laws aligned with the national laws. It is a democratic body with a board of the directors and a president as a spokesperson, and they represent a very well organized group of citizens or of patients. How to create an association? Well, it depends on the country. There are some legal things to take care that generally are available or accessible in the website of the correspondent ministry. In Spain, it is the Interior Ministry. So there are some formalities that have to be accomplished. I'm going to mention that in Spain, for example, at least 3 people should agree and decide to compromise to reach some goals and objectives. They should meet and sign a constitutional act and also approve the statutes. So they have to draft some statutes and register all these documents in the correspondent ministry in your country. The statutes should include the name, official site, goals, governing body, the members. As I said, it depends on the country. And many people ask me, and what then? Afterwards, what should I do when I have developed the association or registered the association? Well, these are some tips. Due to the private data protection, people can't give you private data, so you have to give your data to ophthalmologists or hospitals or wherever. Another option is you can send a letter, press release to media or scientific reviews or a poster to hospitals. Develop a website to be found on the internet, develop a flyer and a poster, contact with your umbrella associations, as we said before, and contact local national authorities to find out the resources for people with disabilities in your country. But because, as I said, you will receive questions, members or from people with Aniridia in your country, as soon as you open you create the association and you create the website. Then why Aniridia Europe? Well, because together we are stronger. If patients are few and scattered, knowledge is scarce and inaccurate. There are few professionals with expertise, lack and non-coordinated research. We need to work together. We are so few, and there are so few specialists in Aniridia that we are even weak at national level. So we have to work at European and international level. The role of Aniridia Europe, I think said something before, to build a strong Aniridia community, improve information, to identify expert doctors, to develop professional and patient networks, to promote, support, and empower national associations and individuals, and to promote and support research projects. The power of Aniridia Europe, or the added value, is to gather as many patients as possible to have a stronger voice, to raise awareness about this genetic disorder and the problems we have. For example, Aniridia Day campaign is an ideal event to raise awareness, organized by the International Organizing Committee of Aniridia Day, and to participate in social networks, etc. Then we can stimulate research under the advice of professional multinational scientific committee. Aniridia Europe has a scientific committee composed by 16 professionals of different specialties and from different countries. We want to promote consensus on appropriate care and provide accurate information, developing European or international guidelines on Aniridia. Currently, there are Italian or some guidelines on the management of Aniridia in some European countries, but we want to have one at European level or even international level, so that all the doctors know what to do when they have a patient with Aniridia, and not to try nothing, but provide treatment based on the experts' experience. And we can participate in European Scientific Conference, as we have just arrived from the World Ophthalmology Congress, where we have met ophthalmologists from all parts of the world, from Africa, Asia, Latin America, and of course Europe. But it has been a wonderful chance to provide them information and to contact them and to know that they have patients with Aniridia there, and encourage them to bring them together and develop an association there. We have participated in other European Congress, such as the European Pediatric Society and the Ophthalmology Society. And then we also participate as patient representatives in the European Reference Networks for Eye Disorders and in the Council of European Federation of Urology. We support the biennial European Aniridia Conference that will, for example, next one will take place in Paris, August this year to 2018. And we would like to develop European Patient Registry, which is the power of Aniridia Europe to gather more patients for registries and advocate beyond national level for better care and more research, equal rights for the same as those who have more frequent diseases. And we have developed a network of professionals from all parts of the world, as I said. We call it scientific network. Just to finalize my presentation, some facts about Aniridia Europe. That is the European Federation of National Associations, 12 at the moment, out of many individuals in more countries. Aniridia Europe is an NGO created in 2011, officially based in Norway, with the goals of promoting research, improving care, and quality of life of people with Aniridia. There is a map here where the countries where there is an association in green, and this is our website where you can get information about Aniridia in different languages, and you can see scientific publications about Aniridia and any other things. So thank you very much. I complete my presentation, and if you have any questions, I'm very pleased to answer them.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Rosa. That was excellent. A really good overview of Aniridia Europe, and as you say, why associations, national ones such as ours, for example, Aniridia Network in the UK, are really important for all kinds of reasons, not just for serving patients, but as you say, for pushing forward research and policy as well. What do you think is the most important thing for the scientific committee to do?
The most important thing for the scientific committee, based on board this discussion, is to be able to develop research projects on Aniridia or collaborate, support one of those being developed, because there are some doctors or some professionals in the scientific committee who are involved or are submitting research projects on Aniridia, and the most important for us is that the scientific committee works together as a team, involving, supporting each other, and so on, because they cover different specialties, and I think they are very competent. And I hope some of these projects that Aniridia Europe has supported, has a knowledge of support, could succeed. In the past, there were some that didn't succeed to be funded by the EU, but I hope that we can succeed once. We have to take into account that Aniridia is a very rare condition, and generally more frequent diseases raise more interest, draw more interest. But it is also true that the EU now is promoting grants or to grant projects on rare disorders. So we hope that we get some research projects funded. This for us is the main the main goal for the scientific committee, the main role for us.
Okay, excellent. And what main tips would you give to someone who wants to set up an association in their country? How should they start doing that?
Well, I mentioned in my presentation, I think the first step is in my slide. They should, first of all, today our website is very, very important to look for people with Aniridia in their country, and then promote himself or herself, or send a letter, as I said, to hospitals, professional clinicians, or opticians, or even to media, to look for people with Aniridia, because sometimes the problem is that they can't be found, and even if you find them, they are very busy with work, their family, their problems with Aniridia. So I admit that it is difficult to find people who want to give their time and effort to build an association to help others. But what they don't think is that they help themselves if they create the association. But this is the first step they should do, to find these people, to gather in some place, to receive advice from a lawyer, maybe to develop the statute, and to register them at national level. And then more people will come, sure.
That was brilliant, thank you. I don't think there are any other questions unless anyone else shouts out.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Rosa. I really appreciate your time. Really interesting talk.
Thank you very much, James and Glenn, that you are there and to make this possible. And this is great, a great step for Aniridia community. Thank you very much. Well, good night.